Hello, my loves. I wanted to talk to you today about doing 3 stages of Muladhara activation with Guruji Sivarajan and the importance of doing these things in degrees. So when you take these initiatory steps, they are not presented all at once. They're presented in degrees which are given over a course of time. So you have level 1, level 2, level 3. And uh, we just did level 3 together. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between these levels and why it's important to go through all 3 of them. So the first level is opening up the chakra. It's these basic seed syllables. And the second level places different deities, different powers in the different chakra points in the body. And the third level, I think, is about directly empowering you to have all the tools that you need to maintain that energy flow indefinitely. And I think, there's a lot of gravity in the energy body, and I think things tend to gather at the lower chakras, and we hold on to things down there. And so one of the things that I've been noticing is that my external desires have been really suppressed, um or not suppressed. It's like I've been set free of them, like uh cutting a tie rope from the mind. And when you learn to let go of those heavy things that drag you down here, you can float up more easily. So one might think that the goal is to ignore the lower chakras, but it's very important to maintain healthy energy flow within the lower chakras. And I think that's what Guruji has been teaching me. And I really appreciate that he gives very specific tools. So it's not just completely abstract, and it's not just like you're just expected to that this energy kind of moves spontaneously. No, it's something that is a discipline which has to be constantly worked at. And the tools of that discipline are ones which we gradually learn how to use better and better, which is again one of the reasons for there being these different gradients that you go through, these different kind of levels. And as we as we pass through these stages, we pass into levels of empowerment, of agency. And when we gain mastery over specific tools, um, we then are able to open up the when we gain mastery over certain tools, we gain higher and higher degrees of freedom. And so it's kind of like if you're an artist and you only know how to use one tool, then you're limited in the choices of what kind of art that you want to make. Um, so I think that the yoga that Guruji is teaching is specifically, it's a tool set. Um, and I think really working with him one-on-one has helped me to realize that I can refine that tool set and really hone it for exactly what I need for my own psychological needs and desires, and to construct something internal, which then serves as, which then fulfills the external need. And so I think Muladhara is really that place that's the division between the external and the internal. And so we have, different passages into the body. And I think Muladhara becomes kind of a door, and it's where Kundalini starts. It's where the Shakti energy comes out of. Um, and so it's absolutely essential. And I've felt wonderful since we've been studying, and I think empowerment and agency is the most important part. The idea that by consciously attuning your breath and interoception and visionary faculties, you also are in training your mental and psychological and spiritual and abstract faculties, and you are tuning your bodily instrument in order to allow your consciousness to more readily access the divine. And you open yourself up to higher and more subtle degrees of light, and you start seeing it in everyone. And that's what a guru is someone who can see that light, and someone who reveals it inside of you, and someone who is not just there to look really impressive and wave his hands around so that you have some kind of visionary flash, but somebody who's actually very, very carefully and very intentionally training you. And that's one of the really wonderful things about his method, which I think is so thoughtful and just well thought out, is the idea that there's always this kind of feedback. So he'll make me write down the kind of timing for my meditation, and I rarely get it exactly right, but I do my best. And then coming back every time and making these very personalized and like it, intelligent and very complex and subtle kind of adjustments to the whole routine until you develop something that is specifically designed around your own kind of internal world. Um, heaven is here, and we're really, really blessed to inherit this wisdom. And I'm very blessed to know Swamiji, and I highly recommend that everyone take the amazing opportunity that we have to speak with him and learn from him. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shivaya Namaha.